Hello everybody. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about heat, and it seems like everybody's worried about heat buildup in their HHO generators, and it seems to be a big problem with the mason jar type, water bath type. A lot of people are putting on coolers, radiator coolers and things like that. So I was worried about heat when I built this. That's one of the reasons I chose the dry cell, because it seemed pretty stable heat-wise. The more efficient your cell, the less energy is going to be turned into heat, so you don't want to waste that energy as heat. But on the same token, you want to have your cell be at an optimum operating temperature. Somewhere around 50 degrees C seems to be about the best for my cell. I wanted to stay below 66 degrees C. That's about 150 degrees F, because the PVC tubes start to get soft and there's more chance of something coming apart or melting. Anyway, it doesn't seem to make much difference to go up to 66. Anywhere around 50 degrees C and up is good. So anyway, you probably saw my earlier gas mileage test. I only got 11% increase. I decided I need more HHO. At the electrolyte level and temperature that I was running before, it's 2 teaspoons per gallon of sodium hydroxide, and it's about 37 degrees C, maybe 35 degrees C when I was actually doing the test. I got 11% increase. I thought that wasn't enough. Now I was only putting out about 2 liters a minute at that point, at that temperature. So I decided to increase the electrolyte level to try to boost up production to the absolute limit that I could get out of this device, to see if I increase the liters per minute, if I would get more gas mileage or diesel mileage. So I increased the electrolyte up to 8 teaspoons per gallon, and I decided I was doing a bench test when I did that. I didn't want to waste diesel fuel, so I hooked up a separate battery to the electrolyzer and a battery charger, and I ran it for a while. It was a little over an hour. I was rapidly running down the battery because I was pulling 42 amps, but I just couldn't seem to get above that on that battery. And so I decided I needed to get the temperature up to the maximum, at least 50 degrees C, to get a realistic idea of what kind of output I was going to get out of the cell. So I took the electrolyte out, I drained it, put it in a stainless steel pan, put it on the stove, heated it up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, 66 degrees C, put it back in, started the thing up again. By the time I managed to pull all the fluid and stuff down, it had dropped down to around, I think it was 55 degrees C, 52 or 55. So anyway, I continued my bench test from that point, adding electrolyte until I got up to 8 tablespoons per gallon. And I couldn't seem to get it to draw more than around 58 amps. I went from 6 tablespoons to 8. It wouldn't go up above 48 amps. I figured I'd hit the maximum. The temperature by this time had risen to about 57 degrees C. So I unhooked the batteries, started up the truck, and went and did a gas mileage test, a fuel mileage test. When I was it was dark by this time, so I didn't take a video. And so anyway, when I got started the test, it was at 57 degrees C when I was actually driving. And by the time I drove 20 miles, it was about 75 degrees outside. Drove 20 miles, and the temperature had actually dropped down to 52 degrees C, which is exactly the opposite that I expected. I always thought I would worry about the thing overheating. But as long as air is circulating around this, it seems like it's pretty hard to get it hot. I haven't driven it that much, but in the times that I've driven it, as long as an hour at a time, it has not overheated. I have a long drive to Florida coming up where it's 500 miles, it takes about 8 hours. I want to get this thing tuned up to the point where I don't have to worry about it overheating. So anyway, the whole point of this little video is that dry cells seem to be pretty good about not overheating if you have your spacing right. In this case, my spacing is around 52 thousandths, I think. It's 17 thousandths plus 42 thousandths. That's 59 thousandths. So anyway, and the electrolyte level. I mean, if you drop the electrolyte level down, it'll never heat up. And that's going to be a problem in the winter. That's one of the problems I've seen so far, is that on short runs, you're not really getting much HHO benefit because the electrolyte's all cold, your generator's not putting out much gas. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get this set up so it's warm all the time. In the winter I'll have some kind of heater on it, so when I get in it, it'll be up to, I don't know, 100